Tom Dundon was in town last night. He was sitting courtside with Jody and Joe Cronin, and we kind of asked about this. Like, I mean, if you were going to buy the Blazers in this situation, 503-864-6326, does this scare you off? You know, does this get you to a point where you're not interested in owning the team? Or does it give you an opportunity to just completely clean slate and start from scratch like you kind of maybe wanted to secretly? It's a fascinating thought. You there?
I am. I saw an update and I thought it was something, and I was like,
okay.
"Oh no, we're good." No, it's I'm just trying to keep track of this because we are getting close to the time when he could potentially get up there. So I'm just like, okay, nope, that's not it. This is such a weird thing. Rust and I were just having this discussion in the break, and you know the idea of Jody Allen giving a statement right now, and I'm just like, why? Her giving a statement now or saying something now when she has said literally nothing, that would raise more eyebrows to me than anything. It's like there's no reason for her to give a statement now.
Because and also in terms of Tom Dundon, he's not actually the owner yet. It's in the process, so I feel like he's not beholden to make a statement. And just like what Danny said, if anybody should in ownership, it should be Jody Allen. But like he just said, that would completely break the mold of her past and history. And so, yeah, it's like in that regard, I get the radio silence.
And not only that, if the team wasn't for sale, I would, or being sold in the process, agreed upon, progressing through all those things, I would maybe lean towards you. Maybe this is the time that she does, because you're trying to sell the team and you want to make sure that we're going to handle things accordingly. We're working with the NBA and federal authorities, blah, blah, blah. It would be a very generic and very blasé statement. We all know that.
Trying to save face as best you could, I guess.
Because, I mean, if you're trying to sell the house, you clean it first. You know what I mean? Like,
got to put a little bit of lipstick on that pig.
Right? And so then maybe, but because the process is already underway and we know who it is, we know who's going to be involved, we know what this is all looking like, they're in this weird black hole, ubiquitous space where Jody's like, there's no reason for me to say a damn thing. And Tom Dunn's saying, hey, I haven't actually taken hold of the team, so this is your mess. It's like if you buy a house and you have an inspection, and the inspection clears, and you're walking through before you sign the paperwork, like, I want to have one more inspection, and they uncover something else. Like where I live, the pipes in Newburgh are there's clay terracotta pipes that are still out there because there's houses that are 150, 200 years old out there, and you know, one of my neighbors had to have the whole thing from the house to the street ripped up and have a new pipe put in. I don't sign that paperwork until you've cleaned that house and you've taken care of that problem.
Yeah, but, you know, this comes across on the text line. Does this give the new Trailblazer owner room to negotiate on the price of the Blazers? No, it doesn't. What it does is it allows you to kind of come in and do whatever you want.
Honestly, I mean, it may give you already had it because you're the new owner, but now you have kind of a carte blanche of like
exactly. I was just gonna say
because we were talking about like Damian Lillard, for example. Okay, we had that guy on who covers the Hurricanes, who was like, this is a controversial statement, but Tom Dundon would not have brought back Damian Lillard, you know, and that we don't need to rehash that. But when we started hearing that, we were like, whoa, this guy don't mess around. Like, he could be doing some weird stuff. And we were worried that if he were to do some of that stuff, it would tip the boat. It would tip the fan base too hard. It would piss people off. It would rock it. And it would get y'all hurt in your feelings, you know? This is an opportunity you're just like, look, man, I'm very happy to be here in Portland. I'm excited for the future of this organization. We got a lot of great talent. And it's time to start doing things differently because for reasons some people could control and for some reasons that other people couldn't control, a fresh start and a fresh set of eyes everywhere is needed. And again, people are going to lose their job that don't deserve it.
And that's kind of where I fall in this. And it's not any sense of loyalty or any sense like that. It's you have to know what they knew and when they knew it and how much they knew. And that's such a difficult thing to decipher. Innocent until proven guilty. That part of it is going to hold 100%. True for Chauncey Billups.
I want it to stay true in the United States of America.
But the preponderance of evidence right now, I think the Blazers need to part way with Chauncey, and it sucks to say because, to be blunt, I love him as a dude. I do.
Well, yeah, but
it's not just parting with Chauncey Billups. I think the NBA might be parting with
there's
Chauncey.
no other
but-
choice.
but
he
I
has
know
coached
that.
his last game.
Yeah, but
Even if he's a victim in this, he done.
I know that, but I'm talking about parting with him right now.
Oh, just what? Yeah, I think you wipe it clean.
You have to.
What,
you walk away.
You have to.
Yeah, and like again, and you're going to look at that and you're going to like, well, do we want to give away however many millions of dollars, blah, blah, blah? Do we want to take this to litigation because he was fired for cause, blah, blah, blah? This was what happened with Neil Olshey when he was let go and you know, they fired him for cause and there was a legal battle that came out of that. Or do you just say, screw it and do it? Now, the rest of the guys, the rest of the coaching staff, the front office, Joe Cronin, Andre Patterson, Mike Schmitz, Sergey Oliva, the player personnel directors, the scouts, like, do you get rid of all of them? I don't know. I don't think
you're
so.
Talking how deep?
Yeah, how deep does it go?
Well, and because there had to be somebody around there, like I said earlier in the show, somebody around there had to have known of some of these propensities.
And here's, I understand exactly where you're going. And this is not me advocating or even dismissing. This happens everywhere. The gambling, the card games.
Everywhere.
Not
just in sports.
Everywhere. So this whole idea, like, hell, some of you guys do know because you saw John Morant at Shotgun Willie's with thousands of dollars on the floor. Okay? Look, I don't think I've really said this much on air ever. If I could go back and not know how the sausage was made or how crappy of a human being some guys in the league are, I would. I unabashedly would. Because there are guys that I thought were good dudes that are some of the scummiest humans I've ever run across.
And John Morant is a terrible human being. It's not for spraying bills all over the floors of a strip club. It's for the gun stuff, for beating the hell out of a high school kid. But I still feel like
this game is awesome.
But I still feel like that it doesn't reach this level.
No. The rigged card games working with the mafia is different. I'm just talking about like holistic gambling. However many baby mamas a dude's got. I mean, look, Ant Edwards was phenomenal last night. The guy has been scummy.
He's got some challenges. Anthony Simons has got some challenges with his baby mama drama too.
It is that's very different.
Well, I know, but still, like, guys got stuff.
Yes,
not everybody's squeaky clean.
There's a sliding scale of scumbaggery in professional sports.
Kids with a lot of money, no matter what sport it is, no matter where you come from, kids
Brother,
make stupid choices.
I have heard some stories out of locker rooms that I'm just sitting there walking away wanting a shower. It is just sitting there going, that felt nasty. That felt gross. That felt dirty. And again, I'm not saying that to excuse anybody. If they find that anybody in the Blazers organization had direct tacit knowledge of what exactly was going on and how bad it was, they got to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you have to determine that.
But that's what I'm saying is that there's no way that nobody knew. There's no way that nobody knew.
Well, this texter brings up a good point. It took the literal FBI years to find this out. I struggle to blame the Blazers for not knowing more on this personally, and I think that is a very, very fair statement to say. It's not that I think you should clean house. It's that I'm trying to put myself in that position, and I think.
But I think you should. I think you need to.
I think it's so weird. It's so
you
scary.
You need to wipe your hands of it. You need to go take a bath in some Purell.
The last thing I want is in 5 years to find out that one of the guys I kept around knew what was going on.
Yeah,
and that's not fair.
No,
it's not fair.
It's not fair. But guess what?
Like
that's
Joe
life,
Cronin,
bitch.
Joe Cronin's doing some cool stuff with this team. We watched it last night. Like, this team is so close to being something. Okay, They're not there. But they're so close to being something. Yeah. Not Western Conference Finals, but something. And they're a superstar away from being, assuming, and we'll get to some more basketball talk in a minute, assuming they continue that trend from last night, this team's a one bona fide player away from being a real situation.
And look, it's not just...
But Joe might just have to go because you don't want to take that chance of him knowing something. Then you find out in 5 years, and now you are the owner, and you are implicated, and you get Donald Sterling.
And it's not just Chauncey Billups, and it's not just Joe Cronin, it's not just the player. It doesn't matter where you are. We have guys from Jonte Porter up to Chauncey Billups now, the sliding scale of who this could be. I have been around decision makers in the NBA. I have been around owners / governors in the NBA. The propensity for scumbaggery knows no bounds. There are guys that have built NBA title teams that are god-awful humans. I have been around them, and I was just sitting there walking away going, yeah, you built a hell of a roster, buddy, but good God, do I not want to ever be around you again. You make my skin crawl. Like, it's just, I understand what you're saying, both of you guys. And my honest answer is I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I don't think any of us know.
I think you make a great argument that you might just have to cut out everything.
Mm-hmm.
But to be bluntly honest, I can't separate my relationships with those people.
Totally. I get it. You're in a spot that's very different than myself and most of us listeners out there. I 100% get that.
Like when you say, like, it sucks, that this guy has to fall on the sword. These are guys that I know. These are guys that I have relationships with.
I got a buddy going through something right now that I can't quit him because I don't know enough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, so.
And we ride or die with our peeps, you know?
And it's like, I was having discussions, last night with members of the front office and members of the team about how great it felt to be in the building last night. We had shirts on the seats, the new video boards, the juice, and like how this team looked, and the camaraderie and the brotherhood, and like, talking about life. Hey, what's going on? You got family in town. Hey, we're getting married, or hey, we found out somebody's having a baby. Like, it's not just basketball. You know what I mean? It's life. And so I'm sitting here like, if you're telling me I want everyone gone, I can't go there. I got to know, you got to do the digging. Like, that's where I'm at. And if you find that somebody new, they can go. But just saying, like, just taking the baby out with the bathwater, I can't get there.
I know. I don't expect you to.